Okay, today we're looking at something really interesting, licorice root. Glycyrrhiza glabra. It's got this incredible history stretching way back. Think ancient Egypt, pharaohs using it for medicine, even as a sweet drink, apparently. But the sources we looked at show there's a bit of a contradiction here. So our mission is to, well, unpack the benefits, but then really focus on the crucial safety stuff. It's potent.
Absolutely. And the heart of it all is this one compound, licorice. That's what gives licorice its, characteristic sweetness, but it's also where the power comes from. We're talking serious antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, even antimicrobial effects. But that power is exactly why you also see things like DGL licorice. That's deglycyrrhizinated. They take that specific compound out.
Right, trying to get the good without the risky part. Let's start with where it seems to really shine, which is the gut. According to the research, licorice extract can be a big help for digestive issues, especially GERD symptoms, acid reflux, that awful heartburn. There was even one study suggesting daily use worked better over 2 years than, well, the usual antacids people grab.
Wait, hang on. Better than antacids over 2 years. That's a pretty significant finding, because antacids usually just, neutralize acid. Licorice seems to work differently. Yes, the anti-inflammatory part helps the irritation, but research suggests it might actually boost compounds called prostaglandins, and those encourage mucus secretion.
Oh, okay. So it's not just calming the acid burn, it's helping build up the stomach's own protection?
Exactly, a better defense system. And that ties right into peptic ulcers, too, often linked to that H. pylori bacteria. Research indicates that by boosting this protective mucus, it basically strengthens the lining of the stomach and the duodenum. Makes it tougher against acid or bacterial damage.
Okay, so the gut benefits are pretty clear, but you mentioned anti-inflammatory effects.
No.
Does that show up elsewhere?
Oh, yeah. Move up to the respiratory system. Licorice can act as a really effective expectorant, meaning it helps loosen and clear out mucus, phlegm buildup in the lungs, so think persistent coughs, bronchitis, even possibly helping with asthma symptoms, again, likely due to those anti-inflammatory properties.
And then there's the skin. I saw some research comparing it directly to prescription stuff. Studies on things like acne and especially eczema showed real promise for topical use. One formulation was found pretty much as effective as 1% hydrocortisone for eczema, which, wow, makes the safety part even more critical to understand.
Absolutely. This is where we pivot hard, because that effectiveness, it comes with a really serious warning label. Well, having it in food as flavoring is generally okay. Chronic use or taking large doses, that can lead to glycyrrhizin accumulation.
And we're not talking about a mild headache here. The potential side effects sound serious.
They are serious. This buildup messes with your body's mineral balance, particularly potassium. It can cause high blood pressure, dangerously low potassium levels. That's hypokalemia arrhythmia, which is irregular heartbeat. And in, well, thankfully rare cases, but still possible. Kidney failure or even congestive heart failure. The risk definitely climbs with steady long-term use.
Okay, so who needs to be extremely cautious, or maybe just avoid it altogether for therapeutic use?
Definitely anyone with existing high blood pressure, especially if it's not well controlled. Also, heart disease, kidney problems, avoid it. Pregnant or nursing individuals are also strongly advised against chronic use. And critically, there are drug interactions. Big ones.
That's vital. Which medications are the main concern?
Because of how it affects potassium and blood pressure, there's a real risk with diuretics, water pills, also blood pressure meds themselves, and blood thinners like warfarin. Even common NSAIDs, if you take them regularly, could have worse side effects combined with ongoing licorice use. You absolutely have to talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
Right. So given all that, if someone is considering using it carefully, what about dosage? It comes in teas, capsules, powder.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. There isn't one standard dose. It varies a lot. But the World Health Organization, the WHO, they give a guideline. Try to limit a glycyrrhizin intake to no more than 100 milligrams per day. That's the target to stay under to avoid those severe side effects. But again, please consult a healthcare professional before starting anything, really.
So wrapping this up for you listening, licorice root is clearly potent. Ancient use, modern research backing up strong anti-inflammatory and gut healing effects, even matching some prescriptions for GERD or eczema. But that power comes directly from glycyrrhizin, and that same compound carries, well, frankly, significant cardiovascular risks if overused.
Which brings us to a final thought for you to chew on. We have these DGL products, right, where they've taken out the glycyrrhizin to reduce the risk. So given how effective the whole root seems to be in studies, do we need more large-scale research specifically on these DGL forms to really confirm if they still deliver those same benefits without the danger? That feels like the next important question. Balancing nature's power with what we know about safety today.